This is yours truly, Qmajur, and today you're doing 21 questions with me. I started singing at, I would say 9 years old, but officially at 11. My junior choir in church. Musically, I would say is spans different genres of music. So hip hop would be Nas, reggae would be Sizzla, Bob Marley. Also, must say Michael Jackson. He used to emulate Michael a lot, though. Everybody did, you know. Who again would I say? Had local bands like Royal Priesthood, Showing Gardner. Who again? Yeah, those are some. There's a lot more, but those are some off the top. Three words to describe myself. That's a good question. I would start off with saying humble, driven, and also a voice. Right now, definitely I'm listening to my new project that's out, the second come up. So I'm listening to myself. I'm listening to Thames, pretty dope artist right now. I'm listening to a little bit of Brian Bravo as well too. I'm listening to some old school Sizzla right now. Who again would I say I'm listening to right now? And lately some Marvin Gaye. Of late, definitely some Marvin Gaye for sure. That's a good one. I wouldn't say I've changed, but what I would say is that where it really started for me is that one time I was in London, England on tour, and I got invited to this week of music. Basically, it's a festival, a music festival that spanned for a week. So I was invited to do the reggae night, and then I did that. The turnout was pretty good for that night. Vibes, it was lit. And then they invite me to come out to the hip hop night. You know, I did the Tuesday night for the reggae. They asked me to come out for the Thursday night for the hip hop night. And when I saw the turnout of young people and, you know, just in people in general, it kind of sparked me to be like, you know what, probably I should get a little bit more involved in hip hop. So that's where I really started doing hip hop. That's where my interest rate started building. That would have been probably, I would say about 8-9 years ago. Yeah, so definitely, yeah. So I do both though. I do all of them, but I'm just more focused on hip hop right now. Favorite food? Definitely would be a local dish from my island. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. So I like curry. Roti, some say roti, bus up shot, curry. I like curry. Definitely pilau too. That's another local thing as well too. And anything to do with pasta. Those are the foods those are my go-to. Wow, that's a good question. Anybody that knows me, off the top, they will tell you I'm an extrovert, right? I'm a very outgoing person. I'm very much a people's person. I mix and I mingle and stuff like that. But of recent, I started realizing that I'm a bit of an introvert, because after I'm done being around everyone and being around the crowd and stuff like that, I tend to just want to be to myself afterwards, in my own quiet time, doing my own quiet thing, not trying to be disturbed, not trying to, just, you know, doing me. So recent, I realized that I'm more or less both. I didn't think it exists to be both extrovert and introvert, but yeah, I would say I'm both of them. Wow, 3 favorite cities. This is gonna be a tough one. Definitely Port of Spain, you know, my home country. Definitely Toronto, where I live now. You know, and one of the next one would probably be um, it's a range between Miami, London City, and Lagos. Yeah, between those three. Fame and wealth. Definitely wealth. Definitely wealth. And reason being is that wealth would last wealth would last a longer time than fame. You know, fame could be something temporary. Wealth, if you apply it properly, you know, and you invest it properly, definitely it would last longer and you can pass on wealth as well too. And wealth also brings favor as well too. So me definitely I'm going with wealth. The difference between Q and Q major. Q, how would I say this? Yo? Q would be the younger version of myself right now. So the difference between Q and Q major is one, time, maturity. Obviously, a lot of people from my past know me as Q, based on, you know, and now people presently know me as Q major. So the difference between us, I guess, is time, maturity, as I said before, and just, you know, reach where we're trying to go. I would say it's easy to say I wouldn't change anything because it makes me the person who I am today, and I fully agree with that. It really did, and who I am today to me is more priceless than who I was before. But off the top, yeah, it's cliche, but I would say I wouldn't change anything. You know, makes me a better person. Three artists, definitely Nas. I'm a big Nas fan. Um, Lauren Hill, for sure. Um, between Sade. The third one will go three ways. It's between Sade, Sizzla, big fan of Sizzla growing up too, and definitely probably J Cole or Kendrick, anyone like that. I'm like that. Soccer, yeah, definitely.
She did that one. She did that one. She did that one.
Three favorite movies. Love and Basketball. Um, Face Off, pretty dope. And let me go kiddish. I'll say Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 is classic still. I just always believe that there's much more to achieve within yourself personally and even around you. So for me, I stay inspired by trying to become a better version of myself. Because I believe that there is a better version of myself. So I push to become that better version of myself. So that's one aspect of it. How do I stay inspired to? I'm always optimistic. I always believe that you just never know what could happen at what time. So, you know, to just always stay consistent mentally and physically too, practically I should say. And I definitely would go back and research most great people, their stories, and look at their ups and their downs and see how they made it through, you know, their times. You know, and it just bears witness that all of us are human, and anything is possible with hard work, consistency, and just being at the right place mentally. The second come up. The second come up is Second Chance. It's it's me. For me personally, it's more of me introducing a new version of myself. That's one. It's also me having a second chance. Whether it be life or music. It's also me telling a new story as well too, and it's very hopeful too. It's a story. It's a tale that brings hope. You know, and it's very personal. That's what the second come up. It's very personal and it hits home. That's what it definitely. That's what it needs to be. Um, Definitely, I like again. I would say because it's a project that is full of hope. It's very transparent. It speaks a lot about personal issues, social issues, things that we are dealing in this modern time right now. Um, it's also very therapeutic, very insightful. I take a journey within myself and talk about my flaws. I talk about my insecurities. I talk about my strengths as well too, and I also talk about how I overcame them as well too. At least for the ones that I've overcome so far. But it's definitely a project. It's a very good listen. And you will walk away with something. And there's music for every type of person when it comes to different styles of hip hop, whether it be boop bap, trap, these different things. Something for everyone, man. Pretty dope project. Go check it out. That's a tough one. But off the top, my go-to, the one that I listen to the most, would be For the Kids. And it's the first song that I wrote on the project. But it's so intimate. It's such a real song. I'm telling a real story. And the song is just talking about, us as parents or family or whatever, is being able to leave an inheritance for the kids, to think about the kids, to make sure that we put things in place for the next generation, whether it be legacy, whether it be finances, whether it be wealth or property or whatever, knowledge, even just raising your kids and them in the fear of God, spirituality, it's just about catering to the kids, the next generation, and making sure we leave something for them. So that song for me it's one of my go-tos, for sure. What do I enjoy the most? Creating, whether it be music, whether it be content, whether it be visuals, music. I like meeting new people. I like traveling, but I'm super excited about creating. I like the idea of something being a idea or a thought and actually seeing it manifest in the physical. So I'm a big fan of that. So I love the evolution. I love to see things evolve. I love to see the creative process of something. I'm like a kid when it comes to that, though. My balls go off. But yeah, definitely. And spending time with my friends and my loved ones, man. Definitely. Okay, so I'm from a country, Trinidad and Tobago. I live in a small community called Labre. It's famous for our pitch lake. The asphalt from the pitch lake, they use it to pave roads all different parts of the world. And we're one of the biggest reproducers for asphalt. So it's popular for that. The village I'm from, or the town that I'm from. What made me move to North America? Opportunity with life, with music, making sure that I put things in place and give my kids a better future and stuff like that. So definitely opportunity, and yeah, I was stuck by that. It's opportunity. Where do I see myself in 5 years? In 5 years, definitely still be putting out music. Entrepreneur, owning a couple, or a few business that are doing pretty well, being able to invest into the music industry and into my community. Just being a voice, just being a voice, whether it be by song or by word, just being able to be a voice of reason and encouragement for the youths and them, a go-to, to have, just to be where the Most I want me to be. That's just the best way I can answer it. But definitely to just be an influencer, a voice to this generation, and to also have things in place to create opportunities for others. So definitely yeah. So yes, this is yours truly, Qmajur, and today you're doing 21 questions.